It's been a long time, but I remember it well. Just like the photo we keep on the shelf. Oh, we were young. Oh, we were young.
Moving on to the person who put out the wrong tweet that saying the wrong year and the wrong month of Joe Biden's State of the Union, Cringe Jean-Pierre, who probably set all that up so Joe Biden can sit there like a melting wax figure the whole time. When you're having a conversation with somebody, like we do interviews all the time on this program, right? Every single show we do an interview. Like when you're having a conversation with somebody, you should like interact with them. You like talk with them. Like we do in this entire program. We're like making memes and like rolling through the show. Like Joe Biden just sitting there like this. Like somebody, like seconds before somebody was putting a mirror under his nose to see if it fogs up. Like, you there? You there? That somebody was Cringe Jean-Pierre. Okay, so here's Cringe Jean-Pierre talking about definitely what the strength of Joe Biden, the majesty of Joe Biden, the power of Joe Biden. Can't even sit through a Zoom call with adult pretenders who are all unemployed, who are all out of work. Wow. Tough job. Here we go. Cringe Jean-Pierre. Go.
Look, you're going to hear the president address how our democracy is under attack, how our freedoms are certainly under attack. He's going to speak to what we've been seeing across the country as it relates to women's health care and the radical, extreme bills that we're seeing on abortion, on IVF. You're going to hear the president be very loud and clear about that. And we know that voting rights is an issue here that the president has spoken to, has been spoken to very, very clearly. He even took an executive action very early on in his administration to see what we can do on the federal level to deal with, to make it easier for folks to vote. So you'll hear him certainly lean into that as well tonight. Look, it is important. It is important, we believe, that as the president, let's not forget, when he first decided to run in 2019, he talked about the soul of this nation and really fighting for the soul of America. That didn't end with the president being elected, obviously, in 2020. That continues. That continues. And it is important for this president to continue to talk about our freedoms and how they are under attack. They are. In extreme ways by extreme Republicans. And so he's going to continue. You're going to see whose side he's on. He's side of the American people. He's going to continue to fight for the American people. And tonight it's going to be a really important night to hear directly from the president on these critical issues tonight.
And we will do that about 14 hours from now
yes.
on Capitol Hill. White House Press Secretary.
Yes, America is under attack from Republicans. Yes, that's right. It's Republicans who are attacking America. Just say that to any single mother trying to walk through downtown Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, New York, LA, San Francisco, and not get stabbed with a fentanyl needle. Just say, like, or accosted by some homeless hooligan who most likely is a criminal alien. Say that to Lake and Riley's parents. Say that to Lake and Riley. Go to Lake and Riley's parents. Apparently, Lake and Riley was invited to the State of the Union. Lake and Riley's mother and father were invited to the State of the Union. I think our guest, who will be joining the program, Mike Collins, actually invited her parents. This is the nursing student that was murdered by a criminal alien, a Venezuelan, who is a career criminal, most likely released from a Venezuelan prison, and came here to go murder, and they murdered an American nursing student, sweet, sharp, intelligent young lady who just wanted to help people, according to her teachers and her classes. And they because of Joe Biden, this person should have never been here. Because of Democrats, this girl is murdered. It really makes you wonder. You saw during COVID how the corporate press can weaponize the actions of a president or an administration and deaths of Americans to create a narrative to tell to the American people. Whether that's justified or not, I'll let you decide. But here's what's most important. Like, Americans are literally being slaughtered in the streets. It's not just Lake and Riley. It's dozens, hundreds, thousands. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's like a a database of this. If there is, I'd like to find it. Put it up on the show. They're being like regular Americans are dying because of Joe Biden's policies, getting quite literally slaughtered in the street. And nothing? No effort to talk about this? Luckily, there is an effort to talk about this. There are a number of Republican ads out right now previewing the State of the Union and what the real State of the Union is under Joe Biden. Here's the first one from Donald Trump, I believe Trump's super PAC, ladies and gentlemen. Chilling, quite frankly. Watch.
Whatever the hell they want. I guess I should clear my mind here a little bit.
We can all see Joe Biden's weakness. If Biden wins, can he even survive till 2029? The real question is, can we? Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Very good. Very sharp. Really like the Kamala edition there at the end. Ted Cruz out. Obviously, Ted Cruz, senator from border state, up for re-election this year, out with a very savage ad previewing the State of the Union. Here are the Republican responses. Quite serious, quite dark, and doesn't paint a good picture for Joe Biden. Again, we've seen how the corporate media, when they wish to, can weaponize the death of Americans against an administration based on their policies. Amazing how you hear nothing about the wholesale slaughter of Americans that are happening now because of Joe Biden and Democrat open borders policies. Ted Cruz is trying to make people pay attention and listen. Watch.
It's a pattern we're seeing all across the country now. We're seeing violent crimes committed by illegal aliens that Joe Biden released.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum.
An illegal immigrant charged with the murder of a 22-year-old Georgia nursing student, Laken Riley.
Jose Ibarra, her accused killer, came to the U.S. illegally from Venezuela.
Whether it is Laken Riley or whether it is Jeremy Caceres, a 2-year-old boy who was murdered just outside Washington, D.C. by another illegal alien that Biden released. In recent days, a 14-year-old girl in Boston raped by an illegal alien Biden released. A child under 14 raped by an illegal alien in Louisiana that Biden released. When you release violent criminals into our community, Americans are going to be killed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Republicans are going to be hitting on, obviously, this message. And this is, I believe, a very uniting message for everyone. This is also a winning message based on the polls. Every single poll, every single breakaway poll says that immigration is like the massive motivator inside of the 2024 election vector. Like, people are hyper-focused on immigration and security, obviously, because open criminality, open borders, opening the prisons in the third world and letting those people come here is going to lead, of course, to the wholesale slaughter of American citizens. And you're seeing it happen right now. Some of these messages are very much on the nose. The Senate Republicans, newly departed Mitch McConnell resigning Senate Republicans, changing their tune a little bit and actually going hard in on the murder of Americans, namely Laken Riley, with the Say Her Name ad. Here we go.
Laken Riley should have been able to go on a run in broad daylight without being murdered by an illegal immigrant. But Joe Biden promised not to deport illegal immigrants.
Should that person be deported? That person should not be the focus of deportation.
Biden vowed not to detain illegal immigrants who crossed the border.
No one would be put in jail while waiting for their hearing.
So when Jose Ibarra crossed into America illegally, he was not deported. He was not put in jail. Biden also supported sanctuary cities.
Should undocumented immigrants arrested by local police be turned over to immigration officials?
No.
So when Jose Ibarra was arrested in New York City for endangering a child, he was freed a second time. Ibarra went to Georgia, where he beat Laken Riley to death. How many more killers has Biden set free? Building America's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Okay, good. This is the correct messaging. Now, you need to unite around a solution. Remember that time when we delivered the White House and the Senate and the House, and we had unified control of the government and a Supreme Court that would probably allow the president to do what he needed to do to secure the border? For sure. The year was 2017. Donald Trump put his hand on the Bible. Why wasn't the wall funded and built right then? Why? Well, many people have come on this program and said that they weren't prepared for victory. They weren't prepared for Donald Trump to be elected president. And Republicans were left kind of pissing into the wind. And so let's not let that be the reality this year. When Donald Trump comes roaring back in 2024, let's have our act together, please. And not allow this. The only reason this is continuing is because Republicans did not have their acts together. So it's enough to talk. It's one thing point out a problem. Yeah, Biden bad, Biden bad, Biden bad. Okay, now what do we do as a movement? What do we say as a party? How do you fix it? What are the solutions, right? Building the wall, day one. Permanent border stations. Permanent security measures. New laws to criminalize human smuggling. Absolutely the prosecution of everyone who engaged in the human smuggling network. Put people from the UN in prison. Put Joe Biden, charge him. Come on. I mean, this is obvious, the things that you do. Mayorkas, 10 million counts of human smuggling. Here you go. Here's your charges. Here's your federal charges. That's illegal, right? It's quite literally illegal to enter the country outside of a port of entry and to stay in the country. These are felonies, right? These are federal felonies under the 1964 Immigration Act. So there you go. Start prosecuting people. That's actually quite literally, that is how you end it. Okay, that is how you ensure that this never ever happens again and never be used as a political football ever again.